I am interviewing Cassidy Aquino. She graduated from Syracuse 3 years ago, and she was in my sorority. She has a career in public relations, so I think it will be really helpful to talk to her. I think she'll have some good advice to me. She's a really successful girl, very driven and motivated. So I think that this is a good person to speak with. So we'll see. What was your major in college?
I was a PR major and marketing minor.
Okay, and how did you decide what you wanted to be?
Well, I thought COM 101 was really helpful. The freshman year Newhouse class that kind of exposes you to all of the different fields in communications, and I thought that PR was really interesting because it kind of allows you to share your passion with other people. And I thought that that would be a good fit for me.
Okay, so when you were thinking about pursuing a career in public relations, what were the steps that you took in order to achieve this?
I knew I wanted to work in entertainment because that was what I was most passionate about, and kind of thought that I would end up being a good publicist in that field because I would be able to write and talk to people about something that I was really interested in. So my sophomore year, I connected with a Syracuse alum who worked in public relations at Madison Square Garden in their entertainment department, and I met with her for an informational meeting over my winter break, and we had a really strong, great conversation. She kind of explained to me how her job worked, and I just remembered thinking, wow, that is exactly what I want to be doing. I was ready to sign up right away. And then she told me about their internship program, and I ended up interning for her the summer between my sophomore and junior year. And I kind of got I had a really great hands-on experience and learned a lot about entertainment publicity, and it kind of confirmed that that was what I wanted to do and what I wanted to pursue. So then my junior year, I applied for entertainment internships again, and I got an internship at Showtime and in their publicity department, and it was another really great experience. I was really lucky that I had two internships that really educated me on how the field worked and gave me a lot of amazing opportunities. So my senior year, I had an internship on campus for ABC Television Group when I was their campus rep, which I think is a good way to take on a PR role on campus.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it was a really great experience. They give you a lot of independence in those programs to kind of take ideas and run with them, and you were kind of working for yourself, but people checked in on you who were actual employees of big companies, so you wanted to do well, and I planned events, I promoted them, I tried to get the word out there, and that was just another good experience that I was lucky that I really felt like I knew exactly what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then after college, I was lucky enough to get a job at Showtime in PR, and that's still where I am today. So I've been there for almost 2.5 years, and I love it so much, and I hope I can do this forever because I love my job, and I feel very lucky.
Yeah, that is very lucky. I know some people that don't love their jobs so much.
Yeah, I know. I'm really lucky, but I think that's a huge thing with PR is that you are very fortunate enough that you you can do it for something that you love. So, I'm going to work every day and, like, watching TV and reading about shows that I love and am passionate about, and I get to work with great people who are very creative, and it's just a really good environment, and I think that that's a really great benefit of PR, is that you can share your love for something with other people. So I think that people should choose wisely when picking what they want to do it for.
Have you faced any, like, challenges or struggles when trying to find internships or when you were trying to find your job, or do you think that it went pretty smoothly?
No, I faced a lot of struggles. I think that the Syracuse connection is an amazing thing, and that if I didn't have that connection with that woman my sophomore year, who knows where I would be right now. Mm-hmm. I was so lucky that she was willing to take me in and kind of show me the ropes, and I think that putting Madison Square Garden on my resume as a junior in college really helped me. But again, it all came from that Syracuse connection, so I really encourage people to use that connection, because then my junior year, I didn't try and use a connection, and I had it's tough, so it's really important to network with the Newhouse community and the Syracuse community, and try and establish relationships with people who can be good mentors for you. It worked out that I was able to get an internship by blindly applying online, but I just think the more you network and the more that you have people who are in your court and can vouch for you, and when they get an email saying, we're looking for a summer intern, they think, oh, I should email Rachel Brenner, the student from Syracuse, and tell her that this internship is open. You want people who are constantly going to think about you in that way.
Right.
So you should always be forming connections with people, especially, from what I've learned in being in PR in the city, everyone knows everyone, and everyone gets emails all the time saying, do you know somebody who's looking for an assistant job? Do you know somebody who's looking for a coordinator job? And the only people who are looking for those types of jobs are people in college. And so you want to have people in the workforce that are helping you out.
Mm-hmm. So,
and then also another challenge was I actually had another job when I graduated. When I first graduated, I got a job working for Fuse, the television network that was under Madison Square Garden's umbrella of entities, and MSG ended up selling Fuse. So I, decided that it was probably not the best place for me to be, since the future was unclear, and there happened to be a job opened at Showtime. So I took a risk and I went for it, and I'm so happy that I did.
That's awesome. Gives me some hope.
Yeah, I think things work out. And I also think people should take their time looking for jobs. I think there's this stress of, wanting to have a job right away, but the thing is you never get time off like that again. So I think it's okay to take your time and find something that you're very passionate about. I really think, people should start looking for jobs in April or whatever, but once you're ready, you really need to find a job that that it's the right fit for you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, students right out of college should rush into anything.
Right. Yeah, so I was going to ask you if you had any advice for me, but I think you provided me with a lot of advice already.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think networking is the number one thing you can do, is just try and get coffee with people, utilize the Newhouse Network, the amazing program that they have developed with all of the alumni. Are you on that yet?
No.
Oh, yeah, it's really great. And just, try and just talk to people who, and I think that Syracuse is really special because everybody loves Syracuse and everybody's always willing to help Syracuse students.
Okay, is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think that's it.
Okay. So I just got done with the interview with Cassidy, and I think it was definitely a huge success. And she actually was a lot more helpful and gave me a lot more useful, beneficial advice than I thought she would. Thought it was cool. She also is in arts and entertainment PR. I didn't know that because that's also what I want to go into. There's so many different sectors of public relations, so I think it's cool that she is doing really what I want to do. She gave me a lot of good advice. I think the number one thing she said is definitely to network and use the Syracuse connections and just connections with people I have in general. I'll even hopefully use her as a connection and maybe see what's going on at Madison Square Garden. And I also think that it was interesting to hear her say, don't rush into getting a job straight after school, and how it's important to just wait until you get an opportunity doing something that you're really passionate about. I'll definitely take her advice to heart. And even after we finished the formal interview, she kept saying positive things, and that it's a good idea, maybe since I want to work in New York City this summer, to come into the city maybe soon and try to set up interviews or try to just meet with some people and network and keep my options open and see what's going on there. So overall, I think it was really successful, and I'm happy that I chose Cassidy as my person to interview. Thank you.